trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to talk about gold and silver here because of the anniversary date, and also we've got some major numbers up here. As you can see here, this is just an 8-minute, but we're going to look at the longer term. You had a beautiful ABCD pattern right here. You got another perfect one right there, and the market just keeps going higher and higher. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to the daily, and we're going to be looking at some big patterns, and there we are right now, folks. Now, this is a 12-day move up. Okay, now on January 20th, 1980, gold topped at 873, started a 21-year bear market. Now there's the 1.618 expansion that it would just hit just a minute ago. The high was 67, 60, well, still there, 67, 68. We're to look at 69. The high has been 67. 68.30. So there's the 1.618. This is 12 days up in the move, folks. Just a little simple. There's your from your low to your high, 12 trading days. Okay, you just move that over, and you'll see we're going to be whoa. Let's get it over like this now. Get this over here. There's where we are right there. There's our 12th day right there. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Hey, this is just numbers, folks. I can't make it very complex because I'm not a complex person, but that's what we're paying attention to. Now, I've had several requests about the special report that I wrote, folks. Something happened at Google. I mean, I got in big trouble. I don't know what it was, but they sent me this warning, and then they sent a whole bunch of other warnings behind it too. That this report that I wrote about the market high using Microsoft Copilot was not received very well, and so a lot of people didn't get it. Some people did, some people didn't get it. If you didn't, don't ask me for it, folks. I got to work around this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure it out somehow. I'm not being, paranoid. Well, I guess I am a little bit, but because I can't send stuff out, and that's what I do, as I try to send stuff out. So there's where we are with the gold. Now let's take a look at the silver. We want to come up here, and we'll take a look at the silver right here, and we'll just get over here. Watch this for just a second. There's silver now. This is just an hourly chart, okay, but this is the number we've been waiting for, which is 95.90. That was the ABCD that we were looking for in the long-term picture. This is the hourly. We'll do the daily too, but there it is. The high was 95.90.02, right almost to the exact tick, folks. Now we're down just a few cents from there, but the fact that it did make it was pretty surprising. We look at this on the weekly. Hold on a second here. Get this out of the way here. Put this up on the weekly, and you'll see that we've got we're in the stratosphere. We're almost at triple nickel, baby. We're almost at $100 silver, folks. That's just totally amazing. God, boy, folks, the reason why I'm in this business is because of silver, and I got lucky back in the 60s, and I bought some stuff and turned out to be pretty good, and then got into the business doing it, so I just got pretty lucky, son of a gun. Anyway, let's move on here and take a look at some other things that we've got moving on here. Okay, the biggest thing that's happened today, folks, is the interest rates, and especially in the Treasury bonds. You're already aware of this. We've been talking about this head and shoulders pattern that we've had in the bonds for a very long time. Let's just get the daily up. You'll be able to see it real easy. There it is right there. There's your head and shoulders. There where we were 2 days ago was your 382. You're now broken down. You've dropped 3 handles just a short period of time. We had a little bit of a bounce so far, but this is telling you, folks, this market has been telling you that it does not look for lower interest rates. It's looking for higher interest rates. They can tell you what they want. but the market is telling you, no, sir. And Japan is telling us that, and we're telling it today, unless something changes dramatically, folks, interest rates are going to go higher, not lower. Now, they might go lower for a short period of time for some, technical reason, but the overall shot of this is lower prices, higher rates. Let's look at the Treasury notes. Okay, that's the one right here, doing the same thing. You'll see that's even weaker. There's our weaker. Just get this out of the way. Move this over so we can see it. There's that same head and shoulders pattern. Okay, now this is going back a lot farther, of course. Now look, see, we've already come down here. We're almost at major support here, folks. This is really major support right here. So it could be actually be pretty good. This might be the end of it. So if that's the case, that could be good for everything. But it's got a hold right here. You can see there's where going back here to last August, we were 110, rallied up to 114. We almost hit the exact 61% retracement today. That's probably why it's had that little bit of that's not much of a bounce, just 8-9 points. But that this has got to hold this, because if it doesn't, then it's looking pretty bad. So that's what we're paying attention to. Now this is the head, this is the shoulder. The head and the shoulder, these are separated because when you move this thing, it shuts it around, and you don't want to get too lost with it. There's your shoulder, there's a head right here. Don't need to talk about that anymore. Get this out of the way here. Okay, now let's switch over, and we want to talk just a little bit about, let's do the stock market one at a time, because we had a big run here in Russell today. You can see the Russell had a pretty good rally after the pullback this morning. You see the Russell stopped right there and rallied all the way up to 75. That's actually come back pretty good. Wow, that's a good thing. The Russell has held up really well. Let's just pull this up here on a smaller time scale and see if it made a 382 during this run here that it had. Yeah, there we might have. Yeah, there it is. We had the pullback right here. Now let's see if this last little low was right there, was exact 382. Yep, it did. This there, the 65 held it pretty good. This one here also held it pretty good. This is what caused the rally. There's your A, B, C, D pattern in the Russell. That's what got us up to that level right now that we hit earlier today. So that's another one that we have. The market is trying to hold, but it's not trying to hold very well, folks. It's in big trouble. And we've had a lot of reasons for that, but we'll do those one at a time. Here's another reason why the weakness has been pretty bad here today, and this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see here, there's your high that we made on Friday. Look at your 382, folks, right to within about 2 Dow points of the exact number right here, but it hasn't fallen out of bed. It's held up relatively good. It's made a nice A, B, C, D pattern right here, and it's held up pretty good. So we got a lot of things going on, and of course, this is just Tuesday. We've had a little bit of a holiday here, but something has changed here, folks. Do you remember we said if this thing closed lower on Friday night, because of the fact that it was there's Friday. Remember, we closed lower that day, and the reason for that is it was a day before the holiday. If the market closed lower the day before the holiday, the odds favor 4-1 that it would be down the next day, and there you can see this has been down the next day. So those are a few of the things that we're watching here this morning. So we'll see if we can keep our act together, and we'll look at a few things. We'll be right back, so stay tuned, folks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is copper. That's another reason why I'm looking at the metals, because we've had a 382 here. Remember, we got silver and gold making new highs. This is lagging badly. Stopped right at the 382 yesterday, and again today it's still rolling over. That's another reason why I'm watching these metals so very, very closely. Now, folks, just where you can see gold's trading at 4770, folks. It's jumped $10 since we just got off the air here. You can see we just went through that number. There's where we are right now. There's our 1.618 number right now. So the reason why I bring that to your attention is the high has been 470.009. I sold it at 476.90 is where I sold it. I'm risking $3, folks. $3 on something that's trading for $470,000. I'm risking $300. Now, you ain't never going to get it any easier than that. It might not work, but that's what you look for. So anyway, there's what I'm watching here as I watch this unfold. I'm doing it for several reasons. You know, I'm an ABCD guy, and as you can see here, oh, no, don't do that to me now. I've had so much trouble, folks. At 6 o'clock this morning, I had to go to Walmart and get a new mouse. And, oh, dear, it was a real tassel. Again, as the second day I've been there. All right, we'll move over here and get out of the way here, not worry too much about that. The other one that I'm watching, of course, here is the crude oil. We've had a pretty good run here in crude oil today, and there's a little bit of a high up in here, but I didn't get filled. I had tried to sell it at a new high, and we didn't get there, so I'm not involved with that one, but the rest of them seem to be going okay. Getting back to the bonds and notes, folks, do you remember when those of you that I had 12 things that said this had a really good chance for being a major top in the market? Of course, the main, of course, was the margin debt and all that stuff. With interest rates going higher, that's going to make the margin debt thing even more important, because margin debt is based on these numbers. So margin debt, the money that they borrow, the price of that's going to go up. That's another reason for the possibility, if that happens, it's going to be pretty bad. Now, remember, the odds of that only happen they're only about 20%, but by golly, if it does, it can be a very interesting one, to say the least. So we got to keep a close eye. Got to keep a close eye on everything these days, folks, because it's a jungle out there, and we're trying to meander through it without too much trouble. But this has been a bull market that's been going on for 17 years. The one in 1929 was for 16 years, from 1913 to 1929, and this has gone from 2008 to where we are right now. The reason why 2008 was the 382 pullback of the 1995 low, folks. That's why it was such a big day which a lot of stuff happened there, that we were watching anyway. Okay, let's move on here. We've got a question about a couple of stocks here. I've got some stuff to talk about with foreign currency, but we want to cover a few stocks. One of them is NVIDIA. One of the things that I've talked about in the report that I did was the fact that these stocks that are in this group here are not acting very bullish. These are AI stocks. Now, if you explain to me, does this look like a bullish chart to you folks with all the bullish stuff that's out there? That doesn't look very bullish, does it? If you look at any of these, look at Oracle, tell me if does that look very bullish? No, that doesn't look very bullish. Google does. Google looks pretty good, but let's just take a quick look here at Google, because that usually goes up every day. Let's see what it's doing today. We'll take a look at Google, and we'll also look at Goldman Sachs. Even Google was down, now it's back. You see it opened lower, and it's rallied. It's got as low as 20 when it's rallied $5, so it hasn't done very much. But Google's held up well, and I'm sure Goldman Sachs let's see what Goldman Sachs is doing. Goldman Sachs is down a little bit today. That's part of the reasons why the Dow Jones is down. $700 or something like that, quite a bit. So we'll see what that's going on. But all these other things that I've looked at, as far as the ABCDs of all these markets, they're looking very bad, folks. There's your Hong Kong market. You see it's gap down, and that's true of the emerging markets. If you look at the DAX index, oh boy, they've really done a number on some of these, and that's why all of these ABCDs coming true at the same time mean it's a giant freight train coming down the tracks. I don't want you to get run over. I've been run over enough, so I don't want you to have happened. That there it is. Look at the German DAX today, folks. Look at this. Look at that after that. I mean, you tell me that there's not something big happening going on in these markets? You got to pay attention. This is just the second day, folks. This is the second day. We did this on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. There's where we are. I mean, look at this. Look at this big drop. That's bigger than anything it had before. And it gapped there. There was no buying there. Well, there's some buying. Whoa, maybe it came right at a 382. Maybe it was a buy today. Let's look. Shut the front door and raise the rent. What are you talking about? There was the low right there. There was your exact 382 today in the DAX, was right at the 382 right here. I'm just looking at it the first time, just like you are. So there's a possibility that maybe this is going to be okay. But with this gap, I'd be scared of that. But, it's good to be fearful. All right, we'll get this out of the way here. Well, I'm glad I saw that. Move this out of the way with your Hong Kong index out of the way. Get the Goldman Sachs out of the way. Get Google out of the way, and you've already seen some of these. I've already put all these into a file to show you what they look like and stuff, but they're just not acting right as far as having your your ducks lined up. I mean, if this was really good, these NVIDIA stocks and all these others, they would be rallying a little bit, and they're not, and they get the greatest news in the world. Every day it's 20 billion here, 20 billion there. Pretty soon you're talking about serious money. But the market's not following it. Where you got to follow the money, and the money's saying, no. That's not what's happening. So that's why I'm so bearish, and we're going to find out if I'm right or not one of these days, and we'll go from there. Holy cow. The gold is working for $3. Okay, big guy, you just shut your mouth for no reason at all. You never should have done that. Anyway, that's what we're watching here with the, okay, now if you happen to be in this, put your stop at break even at 47769.3, and then you don't have to risk anything at all. And I know that's only $3, but if it didn't get any higher than that the first time with all that buying, by golly, I have to roll with the dice on this one. The fact that this is the anniversary date, I've never had much luck at, looking at anniversary dates, and especially a big one like this that goes back 20-some years. How many? 26 years. Talking about 46 years. Yo, mother, what happened to that? I was a young man back in those days. Anyway, that's what's going on here, so we'll keep an eye on it, see what's going on. It's not about how much money you make, folks. It's how much money you don't want to risk, and that's why we're paying attention to these things that we're looking at here today. Now, let's switch over the gears, and we're going to go take a look at this Japanese market through the eyes of the currency, because that's where the real money's played. There it is right here. We'll get this up here. You can see here, there was our number right up in there. If you remember that 159 level, now we're down to 158. Now we had a pretty big break, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this was nothing compared to what those interest rates did, folks. This was really a minor break. I would have thought it would have been way down here. In other words, the dollar would have dropped a lot, but it didn't. It held up really well. Fact is, you can see we're down 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Let's see if that was, well, it's not a 382 off of that, but let's just double. Oh my God, it did it again. I'm going to start believing in these numbers, Larry. Oh my God, there was a 382 on the Japanese yen, dollar yen. Stopped right there, just like the DAX did. Oh my goodness, very interesting. Huh? Shut the front door and raise the rent. This thing may have some validity, as they say in the trade. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, during the break here, I chatted here with Chat GPT. I thought that the 20th of January, 20th of January, 1980 was a Tuesday or Wednesday. They're telling me it was Sunday, and I know it wasn't Sunday. So, well, I'll be really surprised. Hey, I'm surprised a lot, but this means a lot to me, folks. You know, as you get older, all you got is your memories. But on that day, gold was locked limit up. The limit was $50 an ounce, and we were trading about $15 higher at 872, 873. The high, I think, was 875 during the run. And I had, doing my same ABCD just like I'm doing today. And December gold for the year, because interest rates were so high then, December gold was trading at over 1,000. It was at 1,090, and I made a lot of money, so I going to sell one. What the heck? And so I called Goldberg Brothers and I said, Richie, how many people are in the pit? He said, they're filled up. He said, but there's no trading going on. He said, it's lock limit up all the way out. And I said, everybody's in, there's a lot of people in the pit? And I said, yeah. I said, okay, well, sell me a December gold. I think it was 1088 or something like that. Oh, Larry, he said, please don't do that. He said, you're one of our best customers. I don't want to see you lose. And I said, Richie, how long have you been down here? He said, I've been down here 9 months. I said, okay, Richie, sell me 2. And he made he's called me an SA, you know what that means. And he said, okay, it's your money. And so I argued with him, and so he comes back with a fill for 2. And I said, okay, Richie. And I said, I want to put an order in to buy 2 December gold, limit down. And it's silence on the phone. He says, you're nuts. I said, yeah, I am. An hour later, folks, a little over an hour maybe, I got filled on those 2 trades. It was $26,000 in a matter of a few hours. I went out and bought a new car that day. And that was one of the good days, but there's a lot of bad days in between. That's one of my most memorable days. It wasn't a lot of money in those days, but it was for one day, but that was it. And the dumb thing was all I had to do was hold it for 21 years, and I'd made a whole lot of money. Anyway, that's what's happening here. I don't know if this is the high today, folks. I really don't know that or not. All I know is the NASDAQ just broke some lows down here, which is not a good sign. Let's take a quick look at that, what's going on here with the net. Well, let's do it through the eyes of the S&P, because that's what we happen to be doing with it. Here's where we're going. There's where we are. We're coming down right now, getting down into it right here. So there's the it should rally the last hour or so of the day, but that's what we're looking at right now. Let me turn off this NASDAQ because it's going down even more, because it's been going faster than the others to the downside. So let me turn that off a little bit. And that's a good thing, I guess. Get this down here. One other thing to keep that beeper going. All right, so that's it. Anyway, that was one of my old favorite stories from the old days back in the day. I met him. Oh, look at the silver. It's come back a little. It's come back off a little bit also. So maybe it's dropped $1 something an ounce. Hold on, let's move up here. Take a quick here. Yeah, a little more than an ounce. Yeah, we backed off a little. In fact, it's rallied here. Wow, with gold going down. Well, gold, that's held up all right. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to work or not. All I know is that it's it's a very low risk trade, and that's what it's all about. So keep it on. If you want to, you can take a nice profit in that of about $300, I think. I don't know where it is right now, but let's just get this out of the way here. Got too much looking at everything, and I want to make sure I don't miss a darn thing. It's one of these things. Here's gold right here. We are at, so you made $3 if you want to make $3. Stop and think. You risk $3 to make $3. That's not a bad deal. So it's up to you. I'm going to go to break even, because it might be a day like back then about 46 years ago. 46 years ago. Wow. Where does the time go, Bubba? Where does the time go? Okay, let's go through some of those things that we talked. Oh, folks, do you remember here what I told you Remember I said in the letter this week, the most bearish pattern of all the charts that we looked at, the most bearish was none other than this one right here, which was Bitcoin. Now, there it was at 96,000, folks. It's now trading. I saw it at below 90 just a little while ago. Let me come up here, get up here. Here it is at 89. It's now trading at 89. Okay, look at that, folks. Look at that. There's the old Garley. If you want to believe in Garley, that's what you like to see. There was your 382, and look where it is right now. From 98, that's $9,000, folks, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. This is just getting started, folks. This is a big deal, so we got to pay attention, okay? Main thing, we got to pay attention. Okay, let's get out of the way here and get some more charts up. I got to get back to the old thing right here. Okay, we got this. We're going to forget the gold. We'll get that and move on to that level right here. And we're going to forget, well, the Russell's backing off a little bit now, too. We're all selling off a little bit. Folks, it's bearish out there, and you haven't even begun to see it. See, if these interest rates are going to keep going up, what do you think the margin debt's going to do? You see, that's the real key. You know, the only thing that I don't understand, boys and girls, I got a relatively good education. I'm not that smart. I got an average, little tiny bit above average IQ, somewhere around 180. If I get a 180, I have to take it 6 times instead of 3. Anyway, but I know when I've been had. Like when I play poker and stuff, I know when I'm beat. I know when I win. Okay, so all I'm trying to do is put odds in my favor. That's what I looked at that report. I said, this is a no-brainer. Why don't these guys on Wall Street, these really smart guys that are making $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a month, why don't they see this? To me, it's as clear as a bell. There's trouble coming down the road. Now you can see 2 days now. From the 16th to the 20th, that's 4 days. That started it. I mean, it's even more than I thought it was going to start. Bitcoin would be down $9,000 in 4 days, but there's some serious trouble out here. So protect yourself. All right, that's the main thing. You don't want to get involved with something that you get hurt really bad. We've all done that in the past, and you don't want to do that. That's not a good thing to do. So I hope that helps a little bit as we're looking at some of these things unfolding out of the way here. Okay, now we got 64.30. Let's look at this on the little tiny mini basis. We'll put a 3-minute up here. Okay, here's what it is right now. That's what it's done right there. There was it hit 71.20. We sold it at 69.90. Well, that's pretty good. It's got $6 in it now. So keep your stop here at 69.90. So the worst thing that happens is you break even. Okay, the best thing happens is you could cover it, limit down. They don't have limits anymore with the things the way they have going on right here. Okay, let's get this out of the way here and move over to the Canadian dollar, because another one that is, since it's going to be our 51st date, you want to get ready to start adding your Canadian dollars to your repertoire. There's the dollar versus Canadian. You can see that we had a beautiful 3 drive to a bottom right here. We had a really strong rally. Let me refresh this. We'll see where we are 3 days, and we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, I want to go through this euro because this is a really good teaching instrument because it's the most actively traded thing in the world. You remember on Friday, I said if the market closed lower in the Dow, that you want to be selling it on Friday because the odds of it opening lower on Sunday night were better than 4-1. Well, it opened 400 lower. You can see here where the euro gap down here Sunday night. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. But it had the big run here, folks. There's a big move here, about $800. It pulled right back to the 382. That was your first sign. Then it did it again. Then it did it again, and then it just did it again 4 times. Now, when you have strong trending market, like you don't have any in here, but you did have one right here. There was nothing here, just straight up. But there it was. That was a big move. I mean, it's talking about that's about $800 right there. It held right there. Now, if we break below that, that tells us that, something is different. And that's what you want to be paying a close attention to. Looking at this on the daily, we talked about it so many times. There was your 61% retracement. There was your ABCD pattern right here. That's a 3 drive, folks. We know that. I mean, we talked about it several times, but there's your 3 drive, right on the promised land. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. It stopped exactly where, look at that. Exactly where it should have stopped. That was on, Sunday. So anyway, that's what you want to start looking at. Now, it doesn't always work that way, but when it does, it's a good thing. You can see here the bonds are starting to weaken up again. Not doing pretty good. The Russell's starting to weaken up again. So we are going to be looking at something that's going to be pretty nasty of what we have moving on through here. I wanted to cover, I've already covered the one. Oh, I know what. I got to do this. Hold on here. I want to bring up here. This we were in 19 here. This market started right here. Okay, this was 1913. This is when the Federal Reserve came out, Christmas Eve, 1913. Okay, and this market had been going up. It topped here on September the 3rd of 26. So it was up 16 years. It went down for 3.5 years to bottom. Went from 383. All the way down to 42 on July the 8th of 1932. I don't think we're going to see anything like that, but I think we're going to see something that's going to be in the history books I hope it's not in the wrong history book, but that's what I'm looking for as I see this thing and kept talking about. Remember Jeff Hughes? We had him on, and just a few days ago, you can see how momentum had rolled over. There weren't as many stocks going higher as they were going up. There were only a few stocks leading it up. That was another sign. There were so many signs there that I just don't understand why these smart dudes on Wall Street are not picking this up. But that's it. Here we're almost on new lows on the day here. In the Dow Jones, so that's not going to be a good sign. Just take a quick look at that, what we're doing here right now. Now, let me get these. I got to straighten up these. I got too many charts in here, folks, so give me 1 second. Window, tile vertical. Okay, let's go back and take a look at something we all love, and that's our cattle market. We'll come up here and take a quick look here at the live cattle, and we're seeing what we're doing here today. Here's live cattle. See if they're down today like we thought. Well, see, this is a daily, I believe. Hold on. I believe it is. Let's just get this out of the way. Yeah, it's a daily. So what we want to do now is go down to a smaller time frame. There was our 382. There was Friday's action. Okay, then we had this, and today's action is right here. So it's starting to move a little bit lower, about a point or so. So it's doing okay. It went to the 50% instead of the 382. The difference in that is $400. So your stop would have to have been above here. Now you got $500 in profit if you did that. So that's good. There's your ABCD there. There's your 382 right there. That was a really big one last Friday. And boy, that was a monster, folks. That's a big drop in cattle. When you stop and think the margin on it's only 1,800 and it made a little over $4,000. So those are the kind you like to see. The grains are still under some trouble because there's a lot of stuff going on in, with tariffs and stuff like that. If the Federal Reserve guys come out, not the Federal Reserve, the Supreme Court comes out and says that these dudes are going to have to give that money back, that's an outlier event that you don't want to see. They got some bad things happening here with interest rates going higher. That's one thing, okay? That means margins are going to be increased, okay? Plus prices are going down. Dropping prices doesn't, make you happy if you're long, right? So just be careful, folks. This is going to be interesting, to say the least, but that's what we're paying attention to. So let's see what's happening, and we'll go from there. Well, is that true? That's a 62 in the gold? Well, that's not so bad. All right, 1.618. Whenever you see that number, folks, sell or buy, because that's the bottom line of what we do here with these numbers. And 1.618 is where it stops. I've told you the story when I lived in Westlake Village. My phone number was 213-744-1618, and I didn't know the importance of that number till I got ready to sell the house, and I kept the number. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's get that out of the way here. There, we're really breaking. We're almost on new lows here in the Dow Jones for the day, and that means we're probably getting close to it. And the Russell is making new lows on the day. I don't think so. No. Oh, yeah, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, see, the Russell's doing really good. Look, the Russell's not even just making a little ABCD. This is not even bearish for the Russell. So that's doing pretty good, actually. There's your ABCD. It's holding up okay. Okay, here's the NASDAQ. Here's the stop and P. It's making new lows, I believe. It just hit them real close. Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, we just about took it out. We did. We just took out today's low, and that ought to be it. See, we're just about where the point is. This last part of the day, it says we're getting ready to rally somewhere in here, so I would be expecting to see the market hold up somewhere in here and see where it rallies to. Now, this is the hardest part here because this is the total day. See, all I did was, there was your expected high. All I did was I went, there's your A, B, C, D. It should have came in here. When the time and price meet together, that's it. But look how long it stayed here, folks. Look at this. It had a 1-3-5 pattern, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, and then finally it started down, and then it keeps going. We're making new lows as we speak. So those are a few of the things that we're watching here today. Here's our NASDAQ. We'll take a quick look at this one right here. I got to keep an eye on this clock too. NASDAQ is still quite a ways from the low. My goodness, yeah, it's still got a long way to go before the low, and that's what we're watching. There's the same pattern right there. That was that same pattern. There were actually two there in the And then NASDAQ, see, it went right to the same number twice. So off of that one. So that's why it was pretty good. Now, we got as low, believe it or not, we got as low as 251, folks. That's still 100 handles from where we are right now. This says we're still going to be going down for quite a while. So we'll be watching that as it unfolds here. But these are just smaller patterns within patterns. That's all I'm looking at. All these ABCDs, that's what it all starts with, is fractal analysis by Mandelbrot, if you remember. And the guy that brought it before him was a guy named H.M. Gartley. Let's just draw this 382 in here for everybody to see. There's your A, B, C, D. There's your 382. That measured up to this level right here. Went a little bit higher. There's a little three higher highs, and there's where we are now. So a little bit lower here. We'll get down into this level. We'll see what happens. So stay tuned, folks, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
As you can see, folks, it's a lot of the commodities are getting hit because of higher interest rates, and then also these tariffs are supposedly causing some problems in here. So that's what I don't know whether that's going to continue or not, but that's what we're making a look at. So, okay, hold on a second here. I got to do something really quickly, and we'll be done. Have to turn off the beeper. Actually, let's move on here to see where that's. So gold's doing okay, so it's down a little bit more from where we were. Just keep that stop working and see what happens. Heck, cover it in 21 years. So I shouldn't have said that. You better cover now. Every time I say something like that, it's pretty tough. Let's take a quick look here because we should start to have a little bit of a bottom in here in the next hour or so. And then we'll have a little bit of rally. It's very bearish, folks. So don't go home long stocks no matter what, because these things are getting worse and worse and worse by day, and we don't want to mess with that. That makes it kind of tough if you have to do that. Okay, got an hour and 20 minutes. Minute and 20 seconds. Let's take a look at Apple, see how it's doing. Most of these stocks are getting hit pretty hard. Wow, look at Apple. Man, it's really getting hit hard. This is another one, folks. I mean, come on, there's something wrong in the market when they're taking Apple down. Look at that. There's something wrong in Denmark, as they say in the trade. Look at advanced, advanced medical devices, Micron. That's actually holding up. It's actually up on the day still. Which is a good one. Let's see, Avco. This one's really another one of those AI stocks. You tell me something's bullish about this, Avco. It's down $100 from its high, and it had all the billions of dollars coming in. Folks, something's not right. What they're telling us and what they're showing us are two different things. That's why you got to, follow the money. It's my opinion, but, I'm just an old. By the way, I want you to say congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers who finally won a national championship. When I went to school there, they had basketball. I mean, basketball was a great place to be, but by golly, I'll tell you what, the other stuff, not so much. I mean, I don't think they've had a football. I know they haven't had them in 70 years, that's for sure. All right, let's take a break and see you guys tomorrow. Every day, live every day in attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.